I have a few videos to make as I watch my subscriber count fall by one per day and look at my last couple of videos and how unpopular they were, except for maybe like 3 or 4 ago. And then I look at some of the most popular videos on my channel, and yes, I do care, and I care what people think. Well, not really what people think. I care about how successful this channel is, I guess. So this video is going to be a follow-up to my video where I said why I'm voting right. And now that the right won, I'm going to be careful about what I say. I don't really know why. I think maybe because of the algorithm, or because of when I speak about his name, the president's name, for some reason I feel like you shouldn't say his name. You shouldn't say too many things about politics. It used to be that people didn't discuss politics at work. Now I see people talking about politics. People asked me if I voted, and I was like, yeah, they didn't really. It was hard to get out of people like who they voted for, but I feel like people used to not really talk about that at all. Anyway, so our president right now is the president right now. And what do I think of it? Because I made that video not too long ago, like right before the election, why I'm voting right. And I have a few attitudes about it. One attitude that I was just sitting here thinking about that I just wanted to share was, it's honestly kind of funny, because let's say Kamala had won. If she had won, I would have been like, okay, cool. Most people voted for her, whatever. But Trump won. Most people voted for him. And it's kind of funny that a lot of people who, what I talked about in that video, I think I kind of mentioned, like, people on the left just seemed very crazy, very emotional. And I have to say again, if Kamala had won, I wouldn't have gone on the internet and like ranted, and I don't think a lot of people on the right would have gone on the internet and like freaked out and acted like they were gonna die and acted like the whole world was gonna fall apart. Even though deep down they might have been kind of worried about who was president, because she just didn't seem confident. She seemed like she was just saying things that somebody else was telling her to say. We didn't really know who the president was going to be. So I would have been more afraid if she was president than if the current president was president. So that's kind of one attitude, is it's kind of funny to just see, like, also it's kind of funny to see, like, okay, you were allowed to talk about Kamala, right? You were like allowed to be like, yes, all right, she's going to be the first woman president. Yes. Women's rights, which, again, as I mentioned in the video, we all think women should have rights, and women do have rights, arguably more rights than men right now. But anyways, it's a different topic. We all believe that. Most people are good people. It's just these talking points that she was coming up with when she was about to become, or when she was running for president, I don't think were important talking points. Like, why is legalizing abortion the most important thing? Why isn't fixing the economy the most important thing? And by the way, abortion is legal in most places. But anyway, different topic. So anyway, all these weird talking points that, like, go watch my original video if you don't, whatever, that not a lot of people, like, care about as much as their families and them actually being able to afford living. Look, when the current president became president, it was kind of a relief, because now it's like nobody could talk about it. Like, if you even thought this guy who they say did all these bad things, I don't know, maybe he did, maybe he didn't, but what does that have to do with being the president? I just want the person who's the best candidate to be the president, right? So you weren't even allowed to have a discussion. You weren't even allowed to have a discussion about who he is or should he be president? What are the benefits? What would be the benefits of him having president? A very logical, rational discussion, because the left would freak out. If somebody on the left heard you talking about that, they would freak out and you couldn't even have a conversation with them. So a majority of people just went and voted. They voted for him, and now he's president. And it's kind of funny because it's like, okay, you didn't want to talk about it? Well, most people were obviously thinking that he should be president anyways. So boom, he is, and now it's just kind of funny. So that's one attitude I have. Another attitude is because it's funny also because nobody's going to come and save you. Like whether she's president or he's president, it's not really up to who the president is to look after you and to help you with your life and to take care of you completely. Will some things change with the economy? Will the gas prices change? Will some of the choices that they're making at a presidential level change? Sure. But all these people freaking out on social media, they're like, oh my God, we're doomed. What has changed since he's become president? What changed in the last election besides gas prices? What changed in the election before that? What's changing? Like, aren't we all responsible for our own lives? You watching this still live in the same home, unless your rent expired, unless you got a new home at this time. But you're still living in the same home. You still have the same family. You still have the same parents. You still have the same kids. You still have the same brother and sister. You still have, everything's the same. Same job maybe, unless you left your job and went somewhere else. Everything's the same. You're still in control of your life. So, besides it being funny, I think there's just something to acknowledge about like a sportsmanship type of thing where it's like, okay, he's president now. Whereas if she was president, you'd be like, well, she's president now. You still have to do what you have to do in your own life. You still have to keep all your own ducks in a row. Yeah, that's it.